said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off the RPO, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
One of the things I love about this defense, they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Oh, he's got some space. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bama. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Porter. Makes a move. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Here we go. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires downfield. Catch in the middle. It's Porter. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. This noise, this crowd, and you can feel the jolt of energy going through the Buckeyes.
Well, everybody loves 5-yard runs, Reese, but come on, let's get real. When you're chucking the ball down the field and you got great quarterback play and wide receivers out wide that are making plays, fans go nuts, and the Horseshoe is one of the loudest places in all of college football.
Pressure coming. Got out of trouble and throws. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Give to the running back. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15.
There's not a lot to think about when you're the quarterback. You've got one of the best receivers in the country. You get him the ball any way possible. It doesn't matter if one guy's covering him or 2 guys are covering him. He just gets open and gets first downs.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And after having a nice gain like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
They'll try the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
If the offense continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. They'll operate out of split backs. He'll do it himself. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking to throw, it's Mack. Flushed out of the pocket. The throw. Grab near the marker, it's Godfrey. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Didn't won't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 7.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes in the hole.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Mack. Grabbed in the middle. It's Edwards. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team?
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. We're through 1 period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period, 1st down here. To the air on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Godfrey. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. The Crimson Tide rolled to that last 1st down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Grabbed behind the line. It's Riley.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. To the air. It's Mack. Snagged out of the air. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Using his legs to buy some time. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but But he showed you the athleticism, and he showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
It's so nice to have these big, playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Tulsa is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in Chapman Stadium.
And he's going to bring this one out. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. On the run, it's Jackson. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Sexton. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. To the ground with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Jackson. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you just got to wonder if the pass rush affected the QB's accuracy on that throw. He had his guy wide open in the end zone, but he had to throw it a split second faster than he wanted to, and the ball got away from him.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back to throw, it's Mack. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The short hands, it's Godfrey. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. Gets away from one, finds room. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Porter. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll start this drive with a pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. It'll be a draw. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. Sends it back in motion. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. And the Buckeyes really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air, buying some time. grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Looking down the middle. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play-calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. If you can't throw it late, it's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the fumble is going to go out of bounds, and the offense will maintain possession. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression. They're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky.
He'll take the deep shot. Wide open, he makes the catch. Off to the races to the right. Slippery slide, finding his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field, throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's made. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the...
Breaks into the open. Smashes through the tackle. Knocked out of bounds. After a good gain on that one, they'll spot it at the 43.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Edwards. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Going right to work up top. He'll throw it. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown time!
Yeah, and the free safety roaming the middle of the field, and you can see just reading the quarterback's eyes. And how about the break on the football, taking a great angle to pick it off and then do some damage and make the big play for this defense to score some points.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now, and one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Duke came in and applied their own mute button on this crowd. They silenced one of the most vocal home field advantages in football. And it's clear this Blue Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Never know what could happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Buckeyes guys roll that offense back out there. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick. He's going for a big play downfield. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Dropping back, it's Mack. It's complete to the right.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Snap it to the back. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
That's a big stop for the defense. That running back has had so much success. You're down in the football game. You need to get the ball back to your offense. You create a play like this. This will get the fires going, get the juices going. Now we got to go get a few more.
Punt is on its way. To find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, they're not able to hook up there, but considering this guy already has 2 touchdown catches in this game, now the offensive coordinator is dialing up more passes his way. And you know the quarterback, he's got like a sonar on him. He's always aware of where he is, and I like the idea. I'm going to keep throwing this guy the football and see if he can get another touchdown.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Got it behind the line. It's Godfrey. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Mack. Here's the pressure. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Third down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up fourth down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they... Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Oh, look out on the right. The 30, the 20, inside the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And that's why you hold your breath every single time this guy catches the football. That's a short, easy completion. He's so dangerous after the catch, David, and he shows you the wheels, taking it all the way to the house.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to point out, how about the QB play? Getting the ball out right where he can catch the football and use his speed and playmaking ability after it, and he shows you, man. That's why he's dangerous. That's why this offense is always one play away from getting to the house.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it.
That's a fumble. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. Motion from the back. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off for the third time today. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass.
Ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it and they get that turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the catch. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. And the Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll send the back in motion. They want to throw it. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that is just what you wanted. You get a 1st and goal situation defensively, and you can get a sack and get a good loss, put them out of an easy running situation. Nice job by the defense.
Got his man quickly. And he will score! Touchdown, Ohio State! This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Marshall was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Chad Pennington used to deliver in his days there in Huntington. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Pulls it in. It's Godfrey. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the field.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go with a direct snap. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
expecting another run here on 2nd and 6. They'll move the wide receiver. A run for the quarterback. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
QB draw. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. The play action fake. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. The kick is on its way. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Sexton. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, they're running 4 verticals down the field, and the quarterback's just hoping one of those matchups can win, but you got to give the defense credit. They were ready for it on the back end, and that is a massive interception late in this game with the score so close.
Huge interception. The 2-minute drill a lot of times decides the football game, and this defense, man, you could tell they were ready for 4 verts. They played deep. They read the quarterback's eyes. They break on the football, and they probably